Hey, my name is Deku. I'm kidding. I've only watched one, and it was the first episode of My Hero Academia, and I haven't watched it ever since. Anyway, what's going on, guys? It's Tsubasa back with another video, and today I want to talk about girls. This is a second part, technically, to my previous video, so go ahead and watch that. I mean, that one's pretty chill. I just kind of talk about my week. But this one I wanted to elaborate a little bit more on because I feel like it's something I've learned and something that I feel like is very important. And that is one, time, two, insecurity. So let me lay it out for you. Over the past week or so, I've been talking to this one girl that I've known for quite a long time, roughly like 4 years. And we've been talking just like over the internet because we met on Xbox and we had just kind of continued talking and we were as like friends and whatnot. Now, recently this week, she had come to me talking about this one guy who she played with this one guy. They played Fragpunk, and she got on Fragpunk and played with the guy's friend because he just so happened to be on to get his daily reward or something. And during that, the first guy saw that she was playing with his friend and messaged her, "Hey, just so you know, I would not like you to play unless like play with my friends unless if like I'm also in the party or something of that a tone." And she obviously texted me saying like, "This is ridiculous. This is stupid. I don't understand this." And I totally agreed. I said, "Holy shit, that guy is insecure." Now, what I want to what I thought about too also in that moment was the version of me when I had first met this girl online because I actually had felt like the way the guy acted was very similar to how I might have would have acted. I say might have would have because I still try not to be controlling, but sometimes the stuff I say can come out as that because internally I'm insecure about it. And so, had this happened 4 years ago when I first met her, I mean, she even had a boyfriend too at the time, but I was like growing feelings for her despite barely knowing her, which is a stupid idea, by the way. Get to know the person at least for a while before you start making moves. And she would get on, she would talk to someone, we'd be in a party of three. It'd be me, another guy, and her. And she'd be talking, having fun with this guy. And I'm sitting here feeling like I'm a third wheel. And I'm sitting here like, oh man, like she doesn't want me. Ah. And then like looking back on myself and looking at this situation that's laid out before me, like who I am now, I realize how insecure I was. Like me and this girl were have never been dating at all, and to for me to feel like that, to feel like uh, this bit of spite or jealousy is unnecessary, especially because I don't even know her at that time or know her that well at least. And it is very apparent in our conversations too, because the conversations we used to have were very, very one-sided. And I would continue this path of showing my insecurity to her by texting her constantly and being like, "Hey, what you doing? Hey, what you doing? Hey, what you doing?" Like every hour I was always like checking my phone and texting being like, "You there? Or you live or this or that?" And maybe even a full day would pass by. And I didn't ever think in my head, "I'm annoying this girl. She doesn't want me around right now. She's busy doing other stuff. She doesn't care." Why? Because she barely knows me. We met on the internet. And so I was literally just throwing out my insecurity and displaying it for her on a silver platter. And so eventually, 2 years after this whole thing happened, we stopped talking for quite a while. I listened to 10 by Pearl Jam, Black's my number one song, if you don't already know. And that was the song that like healed me over, got me over. That was like my depression song or depression album, if you will. And 2 years later, so kind of present day, we've recently been talking, and I feel like I've grown so much just because of the fact that I've come back and I'm like, hey, this is what's going on in my life. I have a 9 to 5 job now. I'm gonna go get I'm gonna go further my education. I go and work out now and whatnot. And me showing her like, hey, this is what I've done with myself, and not only that, but not feeling or showing insecurity when she's not texting me back. Because nowadays, when I text her and she hasn't texted me back in like an hour, I'm like, oh, she's at work. Oh, she's probably asleep because she has trouble sleeping at night sometimes, or anything similar to that of like, oh, she's probably hanging out with someone like a friend or whatnot. And I don't know why that just never like I would always think that when in the old me, but then the old me would be like, maybe she's died in a car crash. Maybe she's like kidnapped or something. Like, what? Like, if as long as people are being like who they are and not being like putting themselves in dangerous places, they're doing their job. They're going to work. They're talking to other people in real life. And so for me, I finally noticed in myself from other relationships, like I needed to calm down and just realize that this person has a life of their own, believe it or not, because I have a life of my own too. It's like, so now that I'm talking to her in present day, and I'm being very, I'm not necessarily being like the most passive person, just like sending one thing messages. I'm just genuinely being myself at this point, and I'm not like trying to be cool or anything. I'm like literally saying cringy ass stuff and just dicking around and throwing banter when we throw banter. And what I realized is after doing that for a couple days, she started doing it back. Hmm. It's like me not hawking over her shoulder and texting her all the time, or in the case of this one fellow chap that she has played video games with, which she has blocked, by the way. I've stopped being insecure about whether or not someone wants me or not. And I believe that because of that, I've started to just exude myself, and it makes me, it shows me off as more confident. And that, that might not be the only thing or change that's happened, but I feel like it's a really big part in how I am able to now at this point, like from our texts, this girl literally sent me a cringy ass, like what's cooking good looking, and we both we both enjoyed the fact that it was cringy, but she was the one who texted me that. And no, like when it comes to things like that, no one's ever done that to me. No one's ever thrown like banter my way and I'm able to, dish it back out a little bit. No one's like actually, come to me and told me about their day and what's going on. Like she told me about a whole Discord thing and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, that reminds me of an older version of me. This guy's insecure. Like he wants you so bad that he's trying to make himself the only person you play with." And nowadays I'm like, yeah, you cannot do that. Otherwise, they will see within them, like they will see in you that you are insecure and that you're trying to cut the avenues off in order for you to be the only person that this person like talks to in the video game or whatever. And that is just that's a recipe for disaster. Like if this person, if she wanted to be in a bar, excuse me, if she wanted to be in a party with me with one of my friends that's talking and they're talking back and forth and shit talking, I don't give a fuck. I don't care, because guess what? I've realized that at the end of a day, when you want to be in a committed relationship and you want to be loyal to someone, if we were in a relationship, obviously, then you shouldn't worry about those, moments of joy and, humor your girlfriend is having, because it's a small piece in time. And at the end of the day, as long as you guys have a sense of trust and loyalty towards each other, you'll always come back to each other at the end of the day. And not only that, your girlfriend might be like, "Man, today was such a great day. I'm so glad I was able to, meet your friends and talk to them. They're really nice people. I enjoyed it." And guess what? Then you can set yourself up with your bros if they also have girlfriends for double dates and stuff. And then, you start building a network of friends and people instead of trying to shut your girlfriend off like in a closet or something. So this is all for me to say that I feel like I've grown as a person, and I feel like that the conversations that I'm having with this girl are going in a good direction. I'm very happy and proud of myself for learning these things and genuinely taking time to think about, what is this other human being with their own life doing? Because I feel like there's a lot of people online who have a similar mentality or has had a similar mentality as me, where they meet a girl and they want that girl to be they want themselves to be the only guy that this girl sees, when that quite literally in any society can never be the case, unless if you lived in a area that is heavily against like women's rights. So what I will say is, if you want to try and, pull someone, be your like literally be yourself, but also do not worry about the other person's like life so much, and don't shut them off anytime you want to talk to them. If you're at a party with them, introduce your friends to them. You might not, you might end up having your friend get with this girl, but maybe she's got a friend that you think's cute, and then they'll introduce you two together, and then you go on double dates and whatnot, and then you realize, oh shit, I really like this person. But it's just showing the confidence that you're able to put your girlfriend, someone that you trust and show loyalty to, in front of other people, or not even your girlfriend, just a girl that you like, and you want to show your confidence by saying, "Hey, I'm gonna give you the freedom," like as if we're rule makers here, but like showing the loyalty and trustworthiness that you have, and not this controlling behavior, because that's just, it's not gonna fly with them. They're gonna feel like they can't do anything of their own volition, and that's what's really gonna ultimately want them to cut ties with you. And that's in a sense how I originally like got myself in that situation of getting my ties cut with her, until I came back and realized that, you know, she's got a life of her own. I need to not hawk over her shoulder. I just need to be myself. And not only that, but lifting has helped build confidence in me, to some degree, as well as just being with other girls and learning what I could have done better and how I could have been a better person, and things like that. So I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please leave a like and subscribe if you like listening to my life stories. This is just me compiling myself onto the internet, because who knows, maybe one day my kids, if I ever have any, will see this and they'll be like, "Holy shit, dad, you've been through all this. That's really cool," or "That sucks," or "I learned so much from you," or "You're so wise," or this or that. And I say, I know. I'm cool. I know. Why? Because I'm your dad. It's like easy peasy lemon squeezy. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Peace.